Hello, beautiful people. You are still watching CBA TV, the voice of East Africa and beyond. My name is Balogun Arishekola Aziz, your regular host on this powerful program, Talk to CBA. This is a program that is designed to invite different caliber of people to come and talk to our viewers on CBA TV. On today's episode is going to be a special episode because it's designed actually to join the 16 days activists against gender-based violence. You know, that has been happening for a couple of days now. And join me on this episode today. She happened to be a gender activist. She is the convener of African Women Roundtable. And actually, she is the founder of Amdalah Africa Foundation. I'm talking of no one but Islammiyah Saudique-Kadejo, all the way from Ireland. Welcome to the show. Having introduced you, madam, I believe I only said the little thing I know about you. And I would like and appreciate if you can tell us more about yourself so that my viewers will understand and know the caliber of person I'm dealing with today on the program.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Good day to you wherever you are watching from. It's a huge honor to be here on the program. My name, like my host said, is Islammiyah Saudique-Kadejo. I'm the founder of Amdalah Africa Foundation, a non-profit registered charity in Ireland. I'm a broadcaster, author of 3 books. I'm a social justice advocate, and I am a podcast host. I'm also a cultural conservationist and a community development enthusiast, and it's a great pleasure to be here. The Africa Women Roundtable is the program that I'm the convener of that, and that is one of the programs of Amdalah Africa Foundation, AMDAF.
Thank you. As we all know, this period in the whole world is, set aside to celebrate the 16-day activists against gender violence issues. And this is happening around the whole world. I would appreciate if you can tell us, as a gender activist, your belief about this program, or what you think is the importance of these 16 days activists against gender violence.
16 days gender activism, it is a program, is an annual program that is designed to create awareness around gender equality and a lot of gender inequalities that we all know in our society. And when you talk about gender equality, some gender kind of feel threatened. They feel afraid, like, okay, is it that women want to start controlling their men, coming from our cultural and religious background? But gender equality that the Activism Day is trying to create awareness about is not just about being a man or woman, or who is superior, or who should be subdued, or whatever. It is not even about control. It's about men and women being treated equally in social, economic, political, and all aspects of our lives. It's about no one being discriminated against based on their gender. What I am qualified for as a woman, let me have my way. What you can do as a man, I should not stop you from doing it. But unfortunately, we still need to be doing that 16-day activism on gender-based violence, because in our society now, we still have discriminations based on gender. As we're talking today, men still have more opportunities in high-paying jobs, and even in a lot of other opportunities than women. Men are still less likely to face sexual harassment or even gender discriminations or limitations based on their gender. So I think we all deserve equal opportunity in all aspects of our life. And everyone should advocate and practice gender equality. And that is why the 16-day advocacy program is all about. We should all promote women advancement. Women who are qualified for certain positions should not be subjugated. A woman's place is never in the kitchen. Personally, I love cooking and I enjoy watching my family devour my food, but that doesn't mean I stay in the kitchen longer than necessary. As women, we should follow our dreams, fulfill our passion, take our rightful places in the society, especially where decisions that affect our lives are concerned. And that is what we are saying, is that no one should be stopped from achieving office based on their gender. Everyone deserves that much, and it is unfair to limit everyone because she's a woman.
Thank you so much. Another thing I would like us to look into is the issue of rape. You know, this is rampant in the whole world now. A lot of things is happening about that. Rape is happening in different, ages and, what have you. I would like us to talk much about that. But before we do that, I want us to see what AMDA Foundation have for our viewers about rape case.
I, Abby, joined AMDAF to say no to rape and all forms of sexual violence.
I, Miriam Moritala, joined AMDAF to take a stand against rape and all forms of sexual violence. Say no to rape. Stop victim blaming. Stop victim shaming. Boys will always be boys doesn't translate to rape. Real men don't rape. He was drunk isn't an excuse to rape her. Let's all say no to rape. Please, no to rape.
She's a woman. She's a girl. She's not a sex toy. My name is Esther Abba, and I say no to rape and unconsented sex.
Hello, my name is Florence. I stand with AMDAF to say no to rape and victim blaming.
My name is Islammiyah. I joined AMDAF to stand against rape in Nigeria and all over the world. Say no to sexual harassment. Say no to sexual violence against women.
Thank you so much. Rape case is another crisis which we can categorize under gender, problem. I want you to categorically tell us, as a mother, as a woman, of what perspective is rape case to you specifically?
I tell you, when you ask anybody what is your greatest fear, we have everyone has different answers. One of my greatest fear as a mom is rape, and because I have daughters, I'm also a woman, and as a woman, I think it is barbaric, it is inhumane, it is wickedness. No one deserves to be raped. No one deserves to be robbed of what belongs to them, whether through physical abuse, abuse of authority, or as an act committed against a child. Even as a domestic abuse, it should be condemned. If, as a matter of fact, anybody that can even rape a child, I think it's even more grievous than than any other crime I can think of. So my stand is rape in all term, with whatever you have, should be condemned. And we should make sure rape is reported and prosecuted. We should make sure that it is the duty of everybody to make sure rape is punished as a criminal offense, even if it happens within family, even if it's the incest, because in our society, people normally cover up incest, brother against sister, stuff like that. In whatever form, in whatever situation rape is committed, it should be condemned, it should be reported, and the rapist should be punished, seen as a criminal offense. I also want to quickly emphasize that even marital rape is not any better, because there's a wrong notion that, okay, your husband cannot rape you. Sex without consent is rape. There's no other definition. So if a woman says no, no is no. Because you pay dowry, you are legally married, does not mean you can push her to the wall, kick her, and have your way without her consent. So, and even that how a victim dresses does not justify rape as well, because some people will be like, okay, why did she go to that place at that particular deadly hour? Why did she dress like that? No. We should stop victim shaming. Victims should never be shamed they should never be silenced through stigmatization, because when we shame victim, you realize that when we have 20 cases of rape, only 2 or 3 will be reported. 17 will go unreported. 17 rapists will go unpunished. And I'm telling you, if they are not punished and the victim are the one being shamed, they are going to keep repeating the crime. Unless we can all be like, okay, we are not going to condemn any victim, we are not going to cover up, we are not going to be silent, we are not going to enable rape. That is my stand on rape. We should all condemn the act and take a stand against it. Rapists are the ones that actually should be shamed and punished for the wicked offense.
Fine. It's just like you rightly said, it's happening everywhere, which we all know it's a big challenge to our society. But now you've highlighted the issue of your own point of view about rape. But what do you think can be like possible solution or way out to curb this problem? I mean, to eradicate it completely, because we all agree that rape is actually bad, no matter how small or how little it is, from which gender, as you said. But what do you think we can do to eradicate this problem completely in our society?
Okay, thank you so much. I'll talk about government. I'll also talk about us as individuals, because a lot of things that we do in our homes, in our society, it is not just about government, it's about who we are. There's the government can always make sure laws are enforced, and do their own duties, provide amenities, do what they have to do. But there are some things that as individuals, it is our decision. So rape, for instance, that we're talking about now, is all about control. Rape about control, that it doesn't matter whether somebody says no, I can overpower the person, I am stronger than the person, I am a man, or even I am a woman, because women do rape too. There are some older women raping younger boys. So it is about control. And for us to eradicate rape, the first step is to change our controlling mindset. The mindset needs to be changed. To forcefully have sex with someone without their consent is a mindset that their consent doesn't matter. There's nothing they can do. I can have my way. I am a man. I am a stronger person here. I am an authority here. So we need to change that mindset. We need to change the mindset about victim shaming as well. No one deserves to be raped no matter the situation. Like I said before, we should never cover up the crime. Okay? Now, to taking when that is controlled, when we have that change of mindset, now we should now make sure that we get justice for victims. If we know about rape today and a victim gets justice, another day another victim will be encouraged to come out, knowing that he or she will get justice. We also need to put pressure on government through our safe protests, through social media, which is very powerful now. We can write letters, we can make advocacy, we can do activism like some of us are doing, so that government can take action and sign sexual offenses bills into law. We also need to create awareness through public educational campaigns like what Amdalah African Foundation is doing, so that we can change mentality about rape and victim shaming. Like I said, it is also very important to have a kind of a self-defense trainings in schools from as early as possible. If our girls, even our boys can, let's say girls now more important, because we have higher percentage of girls being raped and women being raped than men and boys. So if our children can have self-defense training from as young as 3 year old, in certain situations, maybe if they face a rapist, they just might be able to break away, do something to protect themselves. And also, I will also always talk about silence. we need to break silence around rape. We need to report it. We need to make sure it is punished. And also we need to provide provision and like therapy and counseling for victims. It does not stop at, okay, when it is reported, when the victim is punished, because for a rape victim, it never goes away. So for us to kind of help them further, apart from getting justice for them, it's another, therapy is another very important thing. Counseling is another very important thing. So if on our part we can do that, on the part of government we can do that, and we can also help the victim after the act is committed, I think we can gradually eradicate rape in our society.
That is a very good one. This will now lead me to Amdalah Africa Foundation. This is a foundation that is, set up to help humanity. This foundation was set up in the year 2019. I want you to just tell us what are the activities of this foundation. And since inception, I want to know what are the activities that you have carried out, or in one way or the other. Just I want my viewers to understand the details about this foundation.
Okay, thank you so much. Amdalah Africa Foundation, AMDAF, is a non-profit registered charity, like I said at the beginning of the program, and it's a support organization for women of African descent and their families living in Ireland. And we also got Corporate Affairs Commission registration in Nigeria. So we are hoping to start operations in the 2021 by God's grace. We support and promote recognition, justice, and development of people of African descent living in Ireland. We promote integration and inclusion of ethnic minorities through advocacy programs, educational campaigns, and development projects. One of our flagship programs was what you mentioned the other time. That is the Africa Women Roundtable and Intercultural Epic Awards. This is designed to address issues that affect women and families, and also to recognize excellence and achievement of women, because most times they go unnoticed. We also have other programs like Dance Against Cancer events, which is designed to do something on cancer. We have Fund Run to fundraise for any organization that would think that, okay, maybe for their research they need the money. We, part of our program is to have a fund run to raise funds for them. We also have a program for youth. We have annual youth summits, and we have we during the COVID-19 we came up with webinar series and video campaigns as well, in addition to what we do. And in whatever way we try to the best of our ability to render support as required. So that is what Amdalah African Foundation is about. And we have the board of directors, and we have executives, officers as well, most both including men and women of all of different nationalities and races.
Wow. With that short period, and you have able to achieve this lot, you are doing a very great job, actually. Now, another thing I would like us to talk about, cancer is one of the deadly diseases in the world. This cancer, both female and male. I want you to tell my viewer, is your foundation doing anything on this program? I mean, on this deadly disease, either in terms of sensitization or in terms of awareness. What is your foundation doing to curb this problem?
Thank you so much. We actually have a program specific for cancer. We call it Dance Against Cancer. For Dance Against Cancer, what we do is we raise funds for cancer-focused organizations. Then after that, we organize when we have the workshop coming up in a month's time, we will have started our fundraising about a couple of weeks before the workshop. So we do the fundraising first, then round it up workshop to enlighten people on the deadly disease cancer. We call it Dance Against Cancer. So there's a dance aspect just to, for cancer patients that will be attending. We want them to be happy. And also, you said, how do we prevent cancer? Part of what we have to do for ourselves to prevent cancer is to be very active. So we bring in dance troops from uh, artists and from everywhere, from across the world, to do their performance. Everybody, we dance, we feel happy. At the same time, we are, we keep active during the program. So that is what we do as Dance Against Cancer. And we also advocate access to healthcare, knowing that if anything happens to our health, it can affect all parts of our lives, economically, socially, mentally. So we try as much as possible to advocate for proper healthcare on the part of the government. And we also encourage ourselves, as people, as individuals, as families, to eat healthy and to make sure we keep active. 30 minutes walk a day, even 5 minutes, in your compound, even on your bed, anywhere. You can do your exercises anywhere, even where you park your car, you just walk down 10 minutes away from where you parked. It's all part of it. So this is what our Dance Against Cancer program is all about, and it's an annual event which we started this year.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. May God help all of us. On this note, I would like us to go on a short break now. And when we come back, we just conclude talking about cancer. Another deadly disease now is COVID-19. But before we talk about COVID-19, let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Hello out there. Tune in to CBA TV, the voice of East Africa and beyond. There's so many people around the world who are watching along with you.
Welcome to Capson Modern Batching Plant, a home of all kinds of quality and standard building materials such as blocks, gravel, granite, concrete, interlocks and lots more, with fully equipped quality testing lab. Yes, we are the best across East Africa and Somaliland with our unique, reliable and high quality materials. We provide ready-mix concrete, ready crusher and concrete blocks to construction companies and contractors. It is uniquely suited to meet the needs of residential, commercial, industrial and government projects of any size and complexity. Visit Capson Modern Batching Plant today at our office in Hargeisa, Airport Road, Hargeisa, Somaliland. Telephone number +252 63 61 00001. You can also reach us on info@capson.com and all our social media platforms. Capson Modern Batching Plant, unique, reliable and high quality materials.
If you are just joining us, this is CBA TV, the voice of East Africa and beyond. And my guest today is Islammiyah Saudique-Kadejo. Like we are discussing, we just conclude talking about the issue of cancer. Now, another deadly disease in the whole world is COVID-19. We didn't plan for COVID-19. We don't know about it before. I want you to tell my viewers at home, what is your foundation doing? Like what programs did you have for this COVID-19?
I don't think anyone was prepared for COVID-19 until it came on us early this year. So when it came, AMDAF had to go back to drawing table and did what exactly what you are asking now. We can't just fold our arms. We're about giving support. We're about giving people information, creating awareness on beneficial things to people. What can we do about COVID-19? So we took it upon ourselves to have a series of webinars, to educate people on how to protect themselves. So we had webinars on mental health effects of COVID-19. We had a webinar on myth, because by the time the COVID-19 came then, during the first lockdown in around March, there were lots of wrong information out there. So we try to, educate people on right information so that they won't hurt themselves in the process of trying to protect themselves. We also did webinars on how COVID-19 affect families and what families can do, to come out of it alive, even though that is by the grace of anyway, but we try as much as possible to do something as well for women in domestic abuse who now have to be in lockdown with their abusers. We talk about that a lot. Like, okay, the fact that lockdown is going on, and if you are staying with an abusive partner, you can still seek help. You need to get out. You need to talk. You need to make that phone call. You need to confide in a friend. You need to find an alternative accommodation where you can stay while the lockdown lasts. And we also did a lot of informational and educational program on management. How do you manage it in terms of protection, in terms of, okay, if you have it, how do you isolate so that you don't affect the other members of your family? Another thing we did was to produce video campaigns in different languages. This we did in order to help those with literacy challenge to understand what is going on. It's not just about washing your hand, covering your nose, and all of that. What can they do? And when you speak to people in the language you understand, you are just speaking to them. But when you speak to them in their own language, you are speaking to their hearts, and they tend to understand better. So that is why we came up with that video campaign to do different languages that people can actually understand, because we realize that COVID-19 information is key. And whatever we can do to make sure people understand, even if it's going as far as, okay, doing it in local languages, we did that.
That's fantastic. From my own end, I give it to your foundation. Going that long way on the issue of this COVID-19. Actually, we don't plan for it, but God knows everything. Now, I want to dissect a little bit. I tell my viewers at the beginning of this program, when I was, going through your biography, that you are also a broadcaster. Now, as a broadcaster, you have a family program tagged Ladun Loyin, that you used to present on YouTube and your Facebook platform. But what shocked me about this program is you actually used to deliver this program in your local dialect. I want you to just tell me the rationale behind this program and why you decided to choose that language, with the fact that you are not even in the midst of people that speak that language as their national language.
Thank you very much. I say, like you said, I'm a trained broadcaster, but apart from that, like I said earlier, I'm also a cultural conservationist, meaning that I appreciate culture, you know, and I believe our culture, our values is actually who we are. So as a trained broadcaster, I know content is very important in broadcasting. It is not just about the views, it's not just about the followers, it's about what your content can offer your audience. So I create Ladun Loyin and even a family talk, my two live podcasts on social media, not just for the views, but to address issues and provide solutions to them. My synopsis for Ladunloyin identified gradual loss of our values as Yoruba to Western culture. Most Yoruba people no longer feel proud to speak our language. Yet our language is our identity, you know. So, and I just sat down in my synopsis trying to do a synopsis for the program. I realized that if by the time, if you leave it like that, with about 2 to 3 generations to come, Yoruba language may no longer exist. It may just go into extinction like that, I'm afraid. So that's why I created Laduloyin, to teach Yoruba all over again and promote that cultural values that Yoruba people are known for, and also Yoruba language. And I'm happy that when I introduced it, it was well accepted by Yoruba people, even though it's just for a specific audience, Yoruba people audience. But I'm happy Yoruba people audience appreciate the program. So that is why I created that Ladunwe.
That's very good. And before I round up, because we are winding up this program now, let's quickly talk about this issue. Recently, the election that was just concluded in the United States of America, there are 3 Nigerian Americans who participated in that election and won. I want to ask you, of what important or what relevancy did you think their victory is to Nigerian in diaspora?
I think it's a welcoming development and very inspiring too. It was a sharing news for me when I saw it. It means people of Africa descent are gaining power and influence in the processes and institutions of government that make decisions on issues that affect their lives. Because we need that recognition. We need our voice to be heard. Abraham Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation talk about equalities and all of that. But despite that, the inequality gap is still very wide. So we still face, as people in diaspora, Nigerians, and even people of color in the diaspora, whether in the US, the UK, Ireland, everywhere, we still face still face racism. George Floyd's case is still very fresh in our minds. Our children, we faced it. Our parents faced it. Our children are facing it. For so long, we couldn't breathe, but no one took notice until George came into picture. So for people of color to be coming into politics, even whether they are Nigerians or not, does not matter. For them to be coming into politics, it means representation for us, we need it. It means recognition for us, we need it. It means we can speak for ourselves. It means we can change wrong narratives about who we are. It means we can have a voice, we can increase the volume, like they say. It means when we are in the forefront, people can actually know who we truly are, as against wrong narrative. So their representation for the 3 Nigerians we are talking about, their representation in the US politics is our recognition. It is a motivation to our children as well. It is motivating for women, for girls, for people of color, that we should not be afraid to dream, that nothing is impossible, that we can actually do it. Very inspiring. And I am so proud of them. We need more of that. We are not even it is not even up to whatever percent. It's still very small percent, but then it is something. It is something, and it is very commendable.
Like you rightly said, that is recognition, which we all need to celebrate. And I believe, by the grace of God, more of this will still be happening to Nigeria, our country, because I'm also a Nigerian. On a final note, it's like a tradition on this program. I want you to, tell my viewers at home what will be like your sign out message. I mean, a message from your health to my viewers at home.
Well, I'm always about women and girls and children anyway. I'm not leaving boys out. But I want to say to every girl child watching, to every woman, to every boy, everyone watching, take your dreams seriously. Dream first before you pursue gains. Gains will come. It is not the priority. Dream, dream, and dream. Dream so big that you are afraid that, okay, this dream, can I take it through? Can I achieve it? Dream so big that you need to invite people to, okay, join me, let us achieve this together. Don't put your life on hold for anyone or for anything. Don't pause your life for anyone to play, to walk, to fly. Fly. we are going to fail. We are going to make mistake. Fine, it's okay. But the important thing is to rise again. If you have to crawl, if you have to walk, if you have to run, if you have to fly, do whatever you can. You cannot fly, run, you cannot run, walk, you cannot run, crawl, you cannot crawl. You can even use your butt to just keep moving. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't quit. We're talking about recognition now. We're talking about representation now. We're talking about discrimination. We are talking about gender-based biases. We're talking about gender-based limitation, hindrances. We cannot find solution. We cannot eradicate all of this when we just sit in a place without doing anything. We have to keep moving. We have to keep dreaming. We have to keep our vision alive. And why doing this, especially for women, people are going to want to silence you. You are not supposed to do that. You are not supposed to be heard. My message for you is that don't let anyone bully you into silence. Your voice counts. You matter. You are the only one that can stop yourself from achieving whatever you set your mind at. And I always talk about mindset. If you think you cannot, you have to change that mindset to you can. No one will give you anything on a platter. You have to work for it. But if you think you can, you can. And if you think you cannot, I am telling you today that you can. That you can. And you need to believe in that. You need to dream about that. You need to work at that. You need to pray about that and believe that you can and you will. And that is my message for every girl, every woman, everyone watching this show today.
Wow, that's fantastic. I mean, it's fantabulous. Thank you very much for your time. We really appreciate, and we believe that when we call you next time, you will still oblige our call. And to my viewers at home, thank you for watching this program. This is where we'll be drawing the curtain of this program. Till next week, next episode of this program, same station, same time. I still remain your host, Balogun Arishekola Aziz. And don't forget, you are still watching CBA TV, the voice of East Africa and beyond. I say bye-bye for now, till I come your way next time. Thank you.